Good morning, friends. It's time for a Cinco de Mayo STEM class with Miss Millie. Here's Spencer. Hi, Spence. You gonna say hi? Yeah. We're gonna do something a little different today. you guys are gonna get to see a new room in Miss Amy's house. My kitchen. You're also gonna get to walk through my dirty house, so no judgment. All right, Mill, you ready to do some cooking? All right. So, Millie will give you the grand tour of my tiny house. You know this place. This is our family room, our dining room. I don't know what this thing is. And here's my teeny tiny kitchen. So today, for Cinco de Mayo, Millie never, ever, ever, ever gets to walk on the kitchen table, because that would be gross. I love her, but she is a rat. So today, for Cinco de Mayo, we thought we would make some... Are you for real? We're just going to take a little detour. What? You're not getting enough attention?
What? Ring your bell.
This is what happens when he doesn't get enough attention. He rings his bell. Ring your bell. So anyway, he also knows that Millie's not allowed on the table. So yeah, this is my life, people. Don't egg him on. Miss Linda's dog was well behaved in her video. We are going to make Millie's mild pico de gallo, which is a chunky salsa. I didn't put the ingredients on the table because of my helper here. So we've got tomato. You're going to need some tomato, some onion, some pepper, some lime, and some cilantro. Those are the main 5 ingredients. And also a little bit of salt. Now he's ringing his other bell. I can't touch. Boys and girls, my animals. But since this is a mild pico de gallo, if you want to add some cucumber or some garlic or maybe even a little pinch of sugar, that will take down the heat. So we are going to begin. Our story today is not about pico de gallo. It's actually about, it's a Mexican folktale called Cuckoo. And I thought this would be, we've been doing all about birds. Pico de gallo means, I think, beak of the chicken. So we're still keeping with that bird theme. Now, the fun thing about this book is it's written in English and it's also written in Spanish. So if Miss Lucy is not doing anything and she wants to message me, Miss Lucy, I will, we'll figure out a way that you can read it and we'll put it up with the Spanish translation as well. But I'm just going to do the English. So, Cuckoo was beautiful. Trouble was, she knew it. Cuckoo's pretty, cawed one parrot. Pretty lazy, said the others. Never helps us collect the seeds. She's stuck on herself. You can remove her. I think she's done all that she needs to do. All day long, Cuckoo flew and sang. Cuckoo, cuckoo, pretty sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Flowers opened up to her lovely song. Roosters nearby stopped crowing. Dogs forgot to bark. But even the sweetest song can turn sour. Shoo, Cuckoo, we are tired of you, and your singing too, cooed the doves. Cuckoo, stop singing and go to sleep, hooted Owl. He was the bird boss. Early tomorrow, we will start our seed collecting. Each year, after the field dried and the plants dried, the birds collected beans and corn and pepper, squash and tomato seeds, and dropped them on Mole's Hill. those seeds would be planted later to grow food for another season. We're going to actually do that with the seeds we collected today. The birds fell asleep dreaming of seeds. Even Owl was napping. Cuckoo soon got bored singing to herself. As she dipped down to her branch, something red flickered through the trees. "What is that?" she said. "Some fancy new bird? Better chase it away." But it wasn't a bird. It was a field fire. Mole was out. He had smelled smoke. As Cuckoo flew from the woods, Mole shouted, "Can you save the seeds?" Pointing to his tunnel, he said, "Drop them in here." So now she who's always been lazy, she's going to have to help, right? There was no time to wake the other birds. Red flames were licking higher and higher, coming closer and closer. So Cuckoo began. It was a scary job. Her rainbow feathers became scorched from fire. Her eyes flame red from smoke. From the fiery fields to the cool woods, Cuckoo flew, carrying seeds to Mole's tunnel all night long. So there she is. Oh, look, she's changing all of her beautiful feathers. But she's saving those seeds. At sunrise, Cuckoo dropped the last ear of corn down Mole's tunnel. Tired but happy, she started to sing, but "Cuckoo! Cuckoo!" was all that came out of her dry, smoky throat. The birds woke up to Cuckoo's raspy cry. They gasped when they saw the blackened fields, and the seeds were gone. No seeds left. To plant now meant no food for later. Then they saw the scorched bird circling from up above. "Is that you, Cuckoo?" called the doves. The birds waited for Cuckoo to land. When she told them that the seeds were safe, they all clapped their wings, and they all agreed in the end, you can't tell much about a bird by looking at its feathers. Right? So even though Cuckoo lost all her beautiful feathers, she was very, very important to saving all of the birds. And that is the end. So Miss Lucy, if you're watching and you want to do the Spanish version, we'll figure out a way to make it happen. I'm going to clip in and wash my hands. And then we will get started. So here's my ingredients in real life. We've got our tomatoes, our peppers, our cucumber, our onion is hiding underneath. I went ahead and I washed these earlier. No reason to have to sit through that. So let me just clip in. All right, that looks pretty good. Gotta wash my paws. Right? We need good hand hygiene these days. Not that we shouldn't always have good hand hygiene. So part of the story is that Cuckoo saved all the seeds. And we are going to save our seeds as well, because we are going to plant a salsa garden. I think maybe we'll do that either tomorrow or Friday. So I'm going to start with our recipe. And the good thing about this Millie's Mild Pico de Gallo is you don't really need to follow a recipe. You just kind of cut it up. And if you've got a plastic knife, the boys and girls in your house can do that too, right? Anybody that comes to STEM with me knows we're always using kitchen tools. And I also have a spoon to help us save the seeds. So we're going to start with our first vegetable. This is our tomato. And we're just going to cut off the top. We're going to cut the cut it in half, and then we're just going to use our spoon to scoop out the seeds, and we're going to use these in our science class tomorrow. If you don't want to do this part, you don't have to. Todd is not a lover of tomatoes, so when we do this, we always scrape out the seeds because he doesn't like the wetness. And so we take our non-seedy parts and we put them in the bowl. And this little ramekin over here, we're saving our seeds for planting. I know when I used to have a classroom and we would eat lunch every day, somebody would always find a seed in their apple or in their orange or in their pepper or cucumber, and they would say, "Can we plant this?" And the answer is, if your fruit or vegetable has not been cooked, yes, you most certainly can plant it. There's a couple tricks to it, which we'll talk about. So there we go. We're gonna scrape out some more seeds. So you want to add a tomato. This one takes the longest. And it's okay if some seeds get in there. You know who's really good at growing things from food? Miss Renee. She and Miss Lisi are pros at this. All right, so we did our tomato in the bowl. Next, we'll do our pepper. This is a funny looking pepper, right? And so to do that guy, you cut off his top. And if you don't go all the way through, you can kind of pop it off and watch what happens. Oh, well that's no good. Well, we're gonna go to the crisper and get a different pepper. Hold on 1 minute. I was able to know what the outside was, but not what the inside is. All right, let's try it with this one. Hopefully we'll get a lot of nice white seeds in this one. So we're gonna cut the top off and pop it off. Aha, that's what I was expecting. See all these seeds? All in here. So we're going to take another ramekin and just throw these guys in here. We'll pick them off later, just like Cuckoo, right? We'll put that away. So that's the second one of our salsa garden. Now, if you like spicy, you would use a spicy pepper. This pepper is a very mild, this is just a regular bell pepper. But if you are a family that likes a lot of spice, you would pick a spicier pepper than this bell pepper. And you just chop, 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 chop it up. And guess where this ingredient goes? Same place, into the bowl. And now we've got we'll do our cucumber next. And this is just a little one. I'm not even sure if we're gonna get any seeds out of this guy. Oh, yep, there's lots of seeds. So again, we'll take our spoon And we'll do a little scraping. And this is not a necessary ingredient. It's just if you really are someone who does not like spicy food and you want it a little bit more, well, way more mild. And then you just cut this one up into little squares too. I'm going to save that other half for Gary. We know how Gary loves his cucumbers, or their cucumbers, I should say. And so there's the cucumber in the bowl. And let's see, we did our tomato. Up, our last one that we're going to save is this vegetable. Excuse me, my allergies. This is called an onion. And you can see it's got roots. And if we're very lucky, we'll be able to regrow our onion, same as we can regrow our seeds. I'm not going to use a whole onion because there's not a lot of salsa in my bowl. I'm going to cut it. Some people like to peel it and then cut it. Some people like to cut it and peel it. You guys can debate it. I like to cut it and then peel it because the outside peel comes off easier. And then this one might be one for a grown-up, only because onions make a lot of people cry. The trick to that is to leave the ends intact. That's where they store that oil that makes your eyes water. It's by the rooted end. So if you wanna avoid cutting that till the very, very last stop, plop in my onion. And you can pick, depending on what you like. If you're a kid that likes tomatoes, add a lot of tomatoes. If you're a kid who likes pepper, add more pepper. If your family doesn't like onions, use garlic instead. The great thing about this recipe is that you can change it, and you can change how much of each thing you want to come in. Now we've got two more. I like a little bit more tomato, so I'm gonna plop that, and I'm gonna add a little bit more tomato. And we have two more ingredients. Well, three actually, if you count salt. I always never seem to remember the salt. So the next ingredient is our lime. So we're gonna roll it, squish out all the juices. You could roll it between your hands. You can mush it on the table. And we'll look for some seeds in here. Oh, it smells good. So we're gonna, whoops, that flew away. So we're gonna squeeze our lime juice into our pico de gallo. And if we find a seed, we'll save that one too. Are you coming back with my co-star? Sure. And could you grab me the cilantro? So we're going to do some lime. And we'll give it a stir. And then we'll do some salt. My salt grinder. Yeah. Grind some salt in there. And then the last touch is this plant, which we're going to try to regrow also. This is called cilantro. Ooh, you want to open up the chips? Maybe we could watch Millie eat a chip. Because, you know, we don't get enough of animals here. So cut this guy up. You would cut it smaller, but I'm sure you guys are super excited to watch the Millie eat a blue corn chip. And so here is our pico de gallo. And what we'll do either tomorrow or maybe Friday is we'll Well, I'll show you what to do with these seeds. So, you ready? I'm going to rescue the salsa. Millie, eat the chip. And if you could eat it on camera, that would be even better. There you go. Oh, stay out of my salsa. The rest is just scraps, so she can... Oh, you like that chip. She's going to sniff the onion. Like I said, the rest... Oh, those are the seeds, so she can explore those. Those are going to go in the garden. And the rest of this stuff is just scraps, so she gets her paws in it. Oh, she's sniffing the cilantro.
Here, Millie, eat your chip.
She says, no, it's too salty. You know her. She doesn't do anything on command. Yeah. All right, Millie, say goodbye. Say adios. Bye.